Luckily, we do have someone who can give us more insights, and I think we can get him on the show now. So this is the first time that we are having a guest with live translation. So thank you, our tech hero Felix, for sorting this out. We're very lucky to have Andriy Tuz, who is the former spokesperson of the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant. Andriy, thank you for joining us.
Hello, Andriy. Nice to see you.
Thank you so much. And hello to Dimitro in the background.
Oh, Dimitro is just gone.
Dimitro is just gone. That's not good. Hopefully we'll get Dimitro back in a minute. Yeah, we have Dimitro on audio, but not on video. But as I say, Dimitro's a DW colleague, not a professional interpreter, so we're very lucky that he accepted to give us a helping hand.
That's true.
Today. Okay, we think Dimitro is back. Dimitro, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you.
Fantastic.
I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries. And as I say, thank you so much for coming on to interpret for us.
So, thank you. And probably we should start with Andriy telling us about his experience in Zaporizhzhia, right?
That would be, I think, a good thing to start with, indeed. Andriy, yeah, would you be able to tell us what your job at Zaporizhzhia involved and when you left?
Андрій, розкажіть, будь ласка, яка була ваша робота?
Такий досвід, що не хочеться нікому побажати пережити те, що сталося зі мною. Я працював на Запорізькій атомній 2012 року, 10 років.
My experience is that I wouldn't wish anybody to live through it. But to start with, I worked in Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant since 2012.
Wow, so a long time already.
And I work 10 years on Zaporizhzhia power plant. And last time I have a position at deputy. It's I work in public relationships, and when war started and Russian troops occupied our plant, I must this situation, talk about the situation in Facebook, in another social media, to show situation for all world, because at 1st of March, at the 3rd of March at night, when the troops come to nuclear power plant and open fire on a nuclear unit, on building near nuclear unit, it's very dangerous. It's high risk for nuclear accident, and it's very scared me. Nobody think then Russian troops open fire on nuclear power plant, and it's very dangerous. But after occupied, we must work because people who work in a nuclear power plant must do all for safety, for nuclear safety. It's a first priority on another options. It's a first.
Sure.
And it's not, it's very difficult because we have high risk with explode some Russian weapons, and it's destroy our equipment, and it's human risk, because human who must saw all parameters, control temperature, control pressure, and another parameters in nuclear power plant, can't do work very good, because behind stay Russian troops with a gun, and it's not impossible. It's all workers really scared about family, about children, about friends who stay in Energodar, and it's very difficult. Chernobyl accident. It's once it's human помилка. Підскажіть, Дмитро, будь ласка. Людський фактор, як це буде?
It was a human mistake, so human factor during the Chernobyl nuclear incident.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
so it's very important.
Now in nuclear power plant, when Russian troops open fire again, open fire on the city, when all people who work in nuclear power plant leave, it's very dangerous, because it's more dangerous now, more than start of March, because when Russian troops обстрілювали, як це буде?
Shelling. When Russian troops
shelling nuclear power units, it's damage from outside. But now, when we lose some systems, security system for safety, we lose a line line with connection energy system of Ukraine. We can lose electricity for pumps, and pumps all time must work for cooling nuclear fuel. And if we lose electricity for these pumps, and these pumps stop, we have not cooling, and we have nuclear accident. It's 100%, because nuclear fuel all time, nuclear fuel inside reactor all time heating, and water around nuclear fuel was boiling, and I think Dmitry helped me.
Yes, of course.
Охолодження ядерного палива, то воно почне нагрівати воду, в якому знаходиться ядерне паливо, і оболонка ядерного палива, вона виконує. І під час процесу кипіння утворюються пузирки повітря, які почнуть реагувати з цирконієм, і це буде парацирконієва реакція, яка призведе до викиду водню, і це буде вибух, як на Фукусімі. Це як мінімум.
Andriy is trying to explain the physical process of what's going on when the reactor is not cooled enough. When it's not cooled enough, then starts zirconium reaction, which would actually lead to the hydrogen explosion. Exactly what happened in Fukushima. Yeah.
Okay.
Zirconium reaction system. And it's very dangerous, because it's dangerous. It's from inside. Це загроза зсередини, якби, оболонки реактора.
So it means
фізичних процесів.
The physical process is going inside the reactor, so it's not, outside pressure, but it's going inside, and it's very difficult to control this process, as I understand, right?
І це все викликано саме розміщенням військ і техніки, саме через те, що там вибухи стаються, через обстріли російських військ. Ми втрачаємо системи, які допомагають нам проводити ці фізичні процеси в нормальному режимі. І зараз це вже йде відхилення від нормального режиму, і це може призвести до втрати резервів і ядерного інциденту.
So because of Russian troops staying around the nuclear plant and actually on site of the nuclear plant. The Ukrainian side is losing the control. It's losing actually the possibility to control this properly, these reactions and these processes which are going inside the nuclear reactors. And it's very dangerous because, well, it could lead to the nuclear accident.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Dimitro, for the translation. This is very scary, but also very interesting. I just want to remind the community, if you want to ask questions, you can ping them in the chat, and Nahal will take care of you.
Actually, we have a first question, if we can bring that up. Our user Voldemort says, Andriy, when did you leave? And were the Russians bothering you?
Я покинув місто Енергодар 19 червня. І 21 червня, коли під час моєї евакуації мене було вже вдруге затримано працівниками ФСБ Росії, і мене викрали, мене насильно привезли до Сочі, мене катували, і після чого я сидів в тюрмі деякий час, і потім мене примушували казати слова за сценарієм, що не є дійсністю.
So on June 19th, I had to leave Energodar. I had to evacuate, but on June 29th, I was
21,
yeah. On June 21st, I was captured by Russians, and I was actually kidnapped, and I was transferred to Sochi. Sochi is a city on the Black Sea shore in Russia, where I was kept imprisoned. I was tortured. I was set to actually to say something that I didn't want to say. So yeah, that was my experience.
Andriy, I actually had no idea that this has happened to you. Then how did you get out and get to safety in the US?
Як вам вдалося вибратися з цієї ситуації, дістатися до безпеки, до США?
Ну, я провів у лапах російських спецслужб 20 днів загального часу. І коли вони з мене не отримали інформації і використали мене в пропаганді, але зрозуміли, що надалі я з ними співпрацювати не буду, в мене нема такого бажання, силоміць тримати вони мене не мали сенсу, і мені просто повернули документи, частину речей, і я зміг на власному автомобілі через Європу проїхати і покинути територію Росії. І пізніше, зараз я на навчанні в Америці, це дійсно так. Але це навчання я планував ще задовго до початку війни.
So I had to spend 20 days with Russian special services, and after a while they realized that they cannot get anything from me. They used me for propaganda. They wanted to, extract some information from me, but after a while they decided that they couldn't get anything more, and they released me. They gave me back my documents, and I had an opportunity to go through Russia to Europe and then to the United States. And now I'm studying in the United States, but my study program was planned long before all this started, invasion. Yeah.
Okay. And Andriy, do you feel safe now where you are?
Ви почуваєтесь в безпеці зараз?
В Європі я себе не відчував у безпеці взагалі, в жодній країні. Я навіть був якийсь час у Швейцарії, і так, там більш безпечно, ніж, там, наприклад, в інших країнах, але я не відчував безпеки, бо росіяни, коли віддавали мені документи, нагадали історію про новачок та отруєння Скрипалів, і сказали, що якщо я поділюся тим досвідом, що я пережив в російській окупації, що я пережив в Сочі, про тортури, про все інше, то їхні шпигуни зроблять щось з моєю мамою, зі мною. І тому навіть зараз, перебуваючи в Сполучених Штатах Америки, я побоююсь, я досі оглядаюсь за спиною, я хвилююсь, що трапиться якась ситуація, там, чи аварія, чи ще щось може, бо росіяни погрожували вчинити це.
I didn't feel safe anywhere in Europe, even in Switzerland. I didn't feel safe because I knew that Russians are able to reach you anywhere. Actually, they threatened me when they returned my documents. They reminded me about Skripal family and about Novichok. That they used to poison them.
Poison.
Yeah, and they said that if I will reveal any information of what happened to me about torture, they would actually do something to my mother or to me. And even now in the United States, I do not feel completely safe. I'm always looking around, and I'm feeling endangered even in the United States. Well, because of the Russian experience of using poison and other ways to get rid of their opponents.
Andriy, is your family then with you, or is your mother and the others still back in Ukraine?
Ми
Ваша
хочемо
мама-
вернутися в Україну, але зараз я сам перебуваю на навчанні. Мама знаходиться в Європі у відносній безпеці. Будемо слідкувати за ситуацією, і якщо тільки в нас буде така можливість, ми хочемо повернутися в Україну. Дома найкраще. Але зараз переживаємо тільки за людей, які там страждають через російську окупацію.
Right now, I'm in the United States. I'm in the US alone. My mother is in Europe. She's in the safe place. But in future, we would like to go back to Ukraine because home is the best, and we are just worrying about other people who stay there, and we are worrying about their fate.
I'm so sorry for what you've had to go through, and clearly the workers back in Ukraine are also working in very tough conditions. I'm wondering, I mean, there are hundreds of workers who are still in the plant. Why haven't they fled? Is it from a sense of duty?
На станції залишилося сотні працівників. Чому вони не залишили станцію, як ви гадаєте? Вони відчувають обов'язок залишатися там?
Неможливо. Так. Кожен, хто працює на атомній станції в такій складній ситуації, він для мене герой. Це дійсно так і є. Люди розуміють, що вони мають виконувати свої завдання для забезпечення ядерної безпеки. Атомна станція – це не цукеркова фабрика, яку можна просто вимкнути, закрити двері і піти. Постійно, весь час, цілодобово відбуваються ядерні процеси, які потрібно контролювати. Якщо вони залишаться без контроля, це однозначно ядерна аварія. Тому люди, незважаючи на складну ситуацію, вони навіть, коли було відімкнення, в перший раз відімкнення від енергосистеми України, керівництво станції ввечері пізно поїхало на роботу, і коли військові, які російські військові, направили на них зброю і сказали, ми вас не пустимо, бо зараз вечір, вони сказали, хочете, відкривайте вогонь, але ми маємо ядерну безпеку. Це понад усе. Для мене ці люди герої дійсно.
For me, the workers who are staying at the plant, they are real heroes because they understand that they have to control nuclear processes. So nuclear power plant is not like a confectionery factory that you might just switch it off and go back to home. The physical, nuclear processes, they should be controlled round the clock every day, and even during the disconnection of the power line that happened several days ago in Ukraine, the management of the nuclear power plant went to the plant, and Russian soldiers at gunpoint said them to go away, but they still persisted, and they said that you could do anything to us, but we should go and control this process. So for me, the workers who are staying at the plant, they're real heroes.
Thank you for the translation, Dimitro. Andriy, there's so much respect coming from the community to you right now. so sorry to hear about the trauma you've gone through, but people are really expressing their gratitude. I wanted to know, other Russian soldiers, do they not understand the risks? And why are they not more concerned about what an accident could look like?
Чому, на вашу думку, російські солдати поводяться так, як поводяться? Невже вони не розуміють ризику? Невже вони не розуміють, що в випадку аварії, ну, з ними теж буде щось погане?
Ой, ми вже бачили досвід, як вони копали окопи в бурому лісі, в Чорнобильській зоні, підняли там радіоактивний пил, і однозначно те, що ми спостерігали, це є необізнаність. Тобто російські солдати, вони просто виконують наказ керівництва, яке знаходиться далеко, і вважає, що його не достане наслідки ядерної катастрофи. А саме присутність на атомній станції – це для них як прикриття, бо по них не можуть відкривати вогонь українські військові, бо розуміють ризики. Станція знаходиться саме на нашій території, саме Україна постраждає найбільше. І російські війська зараз обстрілюють навмисно територію міста, роблять провокації, знімають відео для того, щоб виправдати свою присутність там перед населенням Росії. І для того, щоб звинуватити українські війська і лишити без допомоги міжнародних партнерів. Бо для нас допомога необхідна. Ми маємо всі робити все, щоб зупинити війну. І ядерний тероризм також.
Russian soldiers do not really realize what's going on. They don't know what could happen. They just follow the orders from the superiors, who are somewhere far away from the nuclear plant, and who will be safe if something will happen. So we have the experience in Chernobyl. It's another nuclear power plant, decommissioned nuclear power plant, which was occupied in March by Russian troops. So they were digging in the very dangerous areas where radiation levels are very high, but they were given orders to dig the trenches, and they were doing it. So the same situation is here. They just follow the orders, and in case if something will happen, Ukraine will be the country which suffers the most, because the nuclear waste will be, all around Ukraine, so that's really a very dangerous situation. That's a nuclear terrorism, because Russian troops, they're shelling the city to provoke the situation. They're also hiding in the safety of nuclear power plant, because they know that Ukrainian troops wouldn't fire in return. In the fear of nuclear accident, so they're provoking the world. It's a nuclear terrorism, and Ukraine needs support of the world community to stop this terrorism.
Mm-hmm. We have a question from the community. Our user Fiedelfey wants to ask, how many people are still working at the plant?
Достеменно я не знаю, скільки точно. Ця інформація, мабуть, закрита, і я нею не володію. Але я можу сказати, що на атомній станції до війни працювало до 12 тисяч персоналу. І коли війна почалась, частина персоналу евакуювалась, частина знаходилась у відпустках, то в нас залишалось понад 8 тисяч персоналу, десь 8,5. Я можу сказати, що кожна зміна, одна зміна, вона 8 годин. Це експлуатаційний персонал, який має перебувати на атомній станції, менше не може бути. Це близько 500 осіб, від 400 до 600 осіб. Таких змін на добу 3. Це вже близько 1500 осіб. І для того, щоб ці люди могли відпочивати, могли мати вихідний, таких змін має бути не менше 5, в кращому випадку. Тому це близько 3000 тільки оперативного персоналу, які міняють друг друга і мають працювати постійно на атомній станції. Але окрім цих людей ще є ремонтний персонал, є адміністративний персонал, тому я думаю, що на атомній станції залишається і працює не менше там 5-6 тисяч осіб. Це мінімальна кількість.
Before the invasion started, the total staff of the power plant was 12,000 workers. At the moment when the invasion began, probably we had like 8,000 workers, because some of them were on leave, some of them were sick. What can I say about the current situation? I cannot give you any numbers because it's confidential information, but I can give you some calculation. So every day there are several shifts working on the power plant, and one shift is 8 hours. It's approximately 500 to 600 people. So it means that around the clock, probably around 1,500 people should be working at the station. And I can estimate that right now probably 5,000 to 6,000 workers are still active at the station, at the plant.
Okay, and is that anywhere near enough to keep it running safely?
So actually, it's the minimum number that is needed to run the plant safely.
I suppose the people who are still going to work, despite the extreme risk they're facing, I guess they know that they are the last standing blocks keeping this plant safe.
Ці люди знають, що вони останній рубіж, скажімо, який тримає станцію на плаву, так?
Саме так, це вірно. І люди вимушені їхати на роботу під звуки пострілів, під вибухи. І я спілкуюся з людьми, які залишаються там, які працюють. І люди, коли я запитую, як ви там, мені кажуть, ну все добре. Сьогодні на мій балкон до моєї квартири прилетіла ракета, попали осколки, прибираємо. Вчора згоріла машина, і це страшно дуже. Але люди продовжують під обстрілами їхати на роботу і виконувати для забезпечення ядерної безпеки.
Yes, the workers keep going to the job because they feel responsibility for the nuclear safety. Even so, they go under shelling. I keep contact with many of them, and they say, "Well, today I had a shell coming right into my house, and now I have to clean the place." Or somebody's car was burned. But
okay, because it's not just the work that they're facing, the shelling, the violence, and it's also, of course, in their homes.
Yes, exactly. It's the whole city is under attack. Yeah.
There's so many things we could still ask you. We don't want to keep you long. There's so much respect again from the community, expressing sympathy and respect for people still working at the plant, and also for you, Andriy. I would like to know, despite the threats you've received from Russia and despite your experience of being directly kidnapped even and tortured, why are you motivated to speak out to us and to other media?
Незважаючи на те, що ви пережили, на викрадення, на тортури, що мотивує вас все одно говорити до нас, до медіа?
Бо нарешті я маю свободу слова, я можу говорити відкрито. І хоч я й боюся наслідків бути, я вважаю, що світ має знати і має розуміти всі ризики, які можуть бути в подальшому. І люди мають забезпечити підтримку. українців для припинення війни. Бо ця війна стосується не лише українців, вона буде зачіпати і інші країни, якщо вона не зупиниться зараз.
I'm telling it because I finally have freedom of expression. I'm free to tell the truth, and I will be telling this truth. I will be explaining the situation because Ukraine needs the support of the world. Because this war doesn't stop in Ukraine. It can expand to other countries, and we need the support of the whole world to stop this war.
Wow. I'm very moved by your story, Andriy, and I think the community is as well.
Yeah, I just wanted to say before you leave, there are people who want to thank you. One user says, wow, thanks for sharing your experience with us and all the best to you and your friends and family. Another person says, please stay safe and good luck to your colleagues. Yeah, and thank you so much from us.
Дякуємо дуже.
Молимося за них, потрібно підтримувати.
Yeah, pray for the peace and please support Ukraine.
Dmytro, while you're here, I would actually also like to ask you how you are doing with all of this, because it's not only where you come from, I think, but also your day-to-day work. You must be surrounded by this.
Yes, I'm following the news from Ukraine daily, and not only on my work shifts. So today I have a day off my news shift.
I'm sorry we ruined your day off, Dmytro.
No. It was a great pleasure and a great honor to help you. But I'm also following the news from Ukraine, especially nowadays, because Ukraine started the really successful counteroffensive in the east, in Kharkiv region. And I'm also praying for our soldiers, for their lives, because they're doing the really extremely dangerous job of freeing, of liberating Ukrainian villages and cities in the east of the country.
Okay. Well, I wish you all the best for everyone you know there, and I hope that dealing with this in your job is not an extra level of difficulty in a way. But I really wanted to thank you both, Dmytro and Andriy, for joining us today. It was incredibly valuable to hear your perspectives. As we said before, we're so lucky to have got to speak to you both, because it's very difficult to get any reliable information. And so, a huge respect from all of us here for sharing your story and for speaking out.
Thank you very much for having us on this show.
Thank you, Andriy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andriy, and take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Take care too. Bye.